Hi there, wonderful awakening beings and spiritual souls. Jo Rose of JoRose.com, numerologist and energy forecaster. In this video, I'm sharing with you the numerology forecast for January 2022. But before I do, let me just take a quick moment to wish you a happy new year and all the best for 2022. Are you glad to be short of 2021, that disruption and chaos? Do you own your freedom? Are you a sovereign being? For me, 2021 was actually a good year. I was in a 9 personal year energy, letting go, transforming, forgiving. I'm not saying it wasn't filled with heartaches and moments of, can I, can't I, etc. But as I've moved into 2022, I'm now in a personal year 1. New beginnings and fresh starts. The 1 also brings in a new epicycle. So I'm really looking forward not just to a new chapter, but a whole new book. Let's look at the energy for the universe though, because it's not in a personal 1, it's in a universal 6. How do we know this? By adding together and reducing down all the digits of the current year. 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 2 equals 6. Now I've already created a video numerology forecast for 2022 and I have left the link in the description below, but do go and take a look at that after you've viewed this video, because there is so much in there for you to look forward to over the next 12 months. So let's take a quick look or a recap of what the 6th energy brings in for us. It's about home, family, community, tribe, healing, harmony, nature, nurture, nourish. It's about care and kindness. The flip side, because every number has a flip side, it can be cynical, critical of the self and of others, suspicious, meddlesome, the martyr. It's the doubter, worrier, perfectionist, self-righteous and unrealistic. The 6 brings power of magnetism. What you focus on, you magnetize. So if you focus on doom and gloom, you will attract doom and gloom. But if you focus on love and light, you will attract love and light. If you want abundance and great things to happen in your life, don't let the negative energy come in. Everything is energy. Tesla said if we could understand the 3, 6 and 9, we would understand the workings of the universe, which is energy, vibration and frequency. So remember, the magnetism of the 6, what you focus on, expands. The lesson I'm suggesting based around the 6 for this year is to be responsible. Be responsible for you and your own actions, and allow others to be responsible for themselves and their own actions. January is the first month. So we take 1 and we add it to the year of 6 and we get a 7. So we're looking at this 7 energy for the month. The seeker, the searcher is insightful, inquisitive. It's about trust, faith, intuition, independence and being contemplative. Contemplative. That one. The flip side of this energy is it can be untrusting, defensive, cynical, perfectionist. They were both in the flip of the 6, so expect it to be more intense this month. It can be secretive, emotionally closed, pessimistic and withdrawn. The 7 likes its own space. Alone and lonely are 2 different things. So if you're feeling lonely, do some exploratory work and find out why. Everybody, no matter how extrovert or vibrant they are, always benefits from some alone time. The lesson I'm suggesting for the 7 energy in this 6th year is what can you do to trust the self? What can you do to trust the self more? Do you trust the self, or do you always go to someone else to run things past them and possibly be steered by their perception, their viewpoint? And then when things don't work out, you have someone to blame. The 6 is about responsibility versus sacrifice. Take responsibility for you and your own actions. I'm not saying don't go and talk to other people about it, but you really need to, when you make a decision, do it off your own back. Now, we start this year in a 7 energy, in a year that's 6. Have you ever heard of that saying, being all 6s and 7s? That's about being disarray and confused. Is that how you feel? The 6 is bringing in family and gatherings, and the 7, I'm telling you to spend time alone. How does that work? If you can't spend time alone in your own home, and I remember as a mother finding that I couldn't even shut the toilet door because my children would always seem to want me at that point. We need to tell people we need our own space. We need to set our own boundaries. We need to have time alone. So do you have a space that's very good for you at home or in the garden? Do you have a den or a particular place you like to go and walk? Perhaps take yourself out for a coffee alone. You don't always need to meet your friends. It's time to ask yourself what feels right and what doesn't. Who am I? Why am I here? What's in your schedule for 2022, and how can you bring it into action? I mentioned the 6 is about responsibility versus sacrifice. It's about service and not servitude. When you do things for others, it should not cost your own well-being, your own dreams, or deplete you. They say put your oxygen mask on first on a plane for a reason. If you look after others, who is looking after you? What do you need more of? The 7 is asking you to explore these avenues. Do you need more education, more skills? Can you attend a workshop or therapy? Do you need more time in certain areas and less time in other areas? Do you want more space? Whether that's upsizing or less space, downsizing in your home or in your time or within your home. The 7 brings through solutions because of its contemplation, analytic mind. It likes to plan and research. Create a schedule. Define a path for the year ahead. Now, the 6 is the worrier and doubter, and too much worry and doubt brings in its friend called guilt. Guilt serves no one. I don't even think it serves guilt itself, because eventually it gets so dark, guilt doesn't know what to do with itself. Kick it out. Guilt comes in when you feel obligated to do something. You're not there to fix somebody else's life. You're not responsible for someone else, no matter how old, young, or connected they are. Don't get me wrong, as a parent, you're here to guide your children and maybe guide those around you. But the 6 says don't interfere and be meddlesome, wait to be asked. So you spend time this month observing, and then when someone comes and asks you a question, how can they best, or what's your perception of their situation, maybe then you can better provide some kind of solution for them. Guilt slows you down and it stops you in the track. So we talk about in the 6 energy, moving house or whatever, it's time to kick guilt out of this house or this house. Now, I got delayed creating this video because the 6 is about home and family, and I have been spending time with my family. Plus the fact that Christmas decorations had to come down and the tree got stuck together and made it really challenging for me to do that. Yes, I didn't have a real tree. I've had an artificial tree for 26 years, and honestly, I'm not filling the landfill. It still looks amazing, and I'm not having to find the money every year or have a tree chopped down for it. The 7 is asking you to be mindful of nature, your environment, and your relationships, what you're doing, and whether it raises you up or it pulls you down. As I said, I got with my family, and there was moments of connection and disconnection. What's been going on over the last couple of years has really brought to the forefront perhaps things that were in the background not being dealt with, that we were tolerating and now no longer can tolerate. I saw a message in a group today about how it is dividing, and all love and light people feel that it shouldn't happen. You can't allow other people's minds and practices to stop you living your own wonderful life. You can't stay in relationships that are depleting you and making you sick. The 6 energy is about finding your own tribe, and it may not be of blood. But when you release those around you that don't feel like they're in flow with you, if they notice that your light is bubbling up and overflowing and everything looks wonderful, they may come back. They may start to ask, what are you doing differently? It's not that you're turning your back on them. You're giving them the space to go and explore their own journey as you need to, which is why this 7 energy of this month is so great. So this year, the 6 is about marriage, divorce, birth and death. That's about entering or leaving life, relationships, job, career, business, or chapters. The 7 energy is seeking and searching, researching and analysing where you are and where you're heading, and you're asking better questions to know how to make your world a better place to be in. We can only have these life-enhancing improvements when we take responsibility for where we are at. Not where we were, not where we want to be, but where we are at. Because every decision we make in the now forms the future. And while somebody can tell you your future is going to be X, they're only working on where you're at or what your past brings with you. You can change it at any point, any moment. You can go from rags to riches or riches to rags. You can go from feeling joy or feeling disappointment. The choice is yours. And I'm suggesting that you use this month to find ways to enhance your life. What do you need to improve on? Do you need to go to a therapist? Can you get a coach? Can you do some form of re-education, a workshop or something to help you find the answers? The 7 energy is very much the spiritual energy. Maybe you want to go on a retreat, spend more time out with nature, doing a sport that you want to improve on, because to do that, you've got to be in the moment. If you're not sporty and you want to do arts and crafts, by all means do that. And if you're not arty and crafty, then get one of those adult colouring books and just start colouring it in. Being in the moment allows you to connect to source and all that is, and downloads the solutions that I'm suggesting the 7 can bring. Being in the moment clears your mind so that you can get the answers to your questions. And if you've got some deep questions, which you will have in this 7 month, ask them and then do something like colouring in the book, or spending time making a big vegetable casserole where you've got so many vegetables to chop and dice. We don't have to meditate, but meditation is a good answer. It doesn't have to be an hour long. It can be various amounts of odd 1 or 2 minutes. What you're doing is getting out of your head and just being in the flow. Now, the 7 calls for alone time. That is time for you to explore you. People treat you the way you treat yourself, and if you don't know who you are or what you like, what you enjoy, what lights you up and what you're not interested in, how can people know whether to invite you to something or not? A suggestion I have to many people when I'm working with them on a mentorship program is, one of the early tasks is to list 100 things that light you up, that make you feel great. There's like a celebration. That can be things that are just doing something, i.e. walking in nature, looking at the dew on the grass, having fresh bed linen on your bed, having that ideal moment with your perfect cup of tea, or it can be other things that take you away from the home or explore or cost money. What lights you up? What's your favourite colour that you like to see in a room, that you like to wear? What's your favourite smell? What flowers would you like to receive? Do you like to receive flowers? What country would you like to visit? What restaurants? What foods? Go inside and explore who you are so that you can start doing more things that make you feel better. The more you feel better, the healthier you are and the less likely you are to fall sick. The 7 often takes us away from our work. Somehow work seems to work itself out. Now, I'm thinking about that as I say that. Does that mean that none of us go to work this month? I'm not sure. I have discovered that here in the UK, because doctors aren't seeing everybody, that you can self-cert for 28 days, which is normally 7. So you could take this month out and explore who you are and what you want. You might find out that that isn't the job that you want to go back to, or you might find out what you want from the job and go in and ask it. Using this month to know you better will allow you to see where you resist, what causes you to be defensive, what drains your energy, and it will also highlight what lights you up, what boosts your confidence, what gives you courage, what you're passionate about, and most likely help you find your mission. Many people ask me what my purpose is. My purpose, or your purpose, is to be love and light, to grow and evolve, to explore, to live this adventure, to see things not as good as bad, but just is, and how you can grow and evolve from each challenge and opportunity. Make notes over this month as you've gone on and you've explored yourself in your relationships, career, whatever it is. Make notes if you've taken on a course and you've enhanced and what that can bring you. Do an audit at the end of the month to know what your vision is as you move forward into February and its 8 energy of personal power. Know that most of the conflicts in your world are internal, and the external world is just reflecting what you need to deal with internally. The 7 is amazing energy, and yes, it's all 6s and 7s, and you may feel disarray and uncomfortable, confused at times. But if you want to be a better mother, brother, sister, father, aunt, uncle, son, daughter, friend, it starts with the self. And I've said it many times, it's your life, spelled L-Y-F-E. Love yourself first every day. Like attracts like. Testa says if we could understand the 369, we would understand the working of the universe. It's energy, vibration, and frequency. If you find yourself enjoying exploring who you are and why you're here this month, then why not consider taking a reading, consultation, or mentorship with me? Learning who you are and why you're here is so powerful. It's the guidebook you made for you and this lifetime, and you didn't set yourself up to fail. So if you're interested in that, please do get in touch. I've already mentioned that I'm in a personal year 1. Well, that's different from the universal 6, but I still have to deal with the 6, and my 1 is really not in alignment with the 6. It's going in a different direction. The 6 is all about family and gathering and coming together, and the 1 is very independent, new beginnings and fresh starts. Knowing where you are at any point is great. Now, in the past, I have created personal year videos, and you can go and check them out. They'll probably work maybe 90% for you if I've not gone much into the impact that the yearly energy has. Who knows what kind of videos I'm going to be producing. It's a new beginning for me, and I'm taking stock of everything. I've got someone coming up with something for me that I want to introduce in a future video, which I'm really excited about. I guess I'm finding my own identity. Having lived the numbers for the 9 years, having studied them prior to that, I now really feel like I want to grasp this in how I present it in my videos and when working with clients. If you've liked this video, do give me a thumbs up. If you've not yet subscribed, please do, and push that bell for notification. If you enjoy what I share, because you know that foresight is better than hindsight, then do share my videos with other people. Let's raise the vibration of love and light. Let's move forward in this wonderful 6 energy year of coming together and finding our own tribes. When you do what lights you up, not only do you improve your physical, mental, and emotional being, you're actually going back to source with your spiritual being. You're evicting the ego, and you're living in your higher vibration. Have an amazing January, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.